Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Doug, and this is my channel where we dive into the world of personal finance, investing, and learning how to make better financial choices together. Today, we're kicking off with something pretty exciting, our financial journey to freedom. Now, if you've been following along, you know that my goal is to get smarter with money, and I want you to join me. So in today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools we're going to use to start that journey, ISAs, or individual savings accounts. And don't worry if you're not entirely familiar with them yet. We'll cover them all, and I'll even walk you through the top 3 ISA platforms I'm planning to use. So to begin, what exactly is an ISA? Simply put, an ISA is a way to save and invest tax-free in the UK. That means any profits or dividends you earn from your investments are completely tax-free, which is awesome. There are different types of ISAs, but today we're focusing just on stocks and shares ISAs. These allow you to invest in things like stocks, bonds, and other assets, and your earnings from those investments are completely tax-free. Sounds good, right? But here's the thing, there are lots of platforms to choose from, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So let's break it down, and I'm going to show you my top 3 platforms that I'm planning on using, and we'll see what works best for our goals. These are the platforms that I'm going to start using to invest for financial freedom, and I'd love for you to join me. All right, let's get into it. The first platform I'm excited to talk about is Trading 212. I've heard a lot of great things about this one, so let's dive into what makes it stand out. So Trading 212 is known for its super user-friendly interface. It's great for beginners like me, but it also has advanced features for those who want to get more serious about investing. You can access everything from your phone, so it's really convenient. Depositing money into your Trading 212 account is a breeze. They offer multiple methods from bank transfers to debit credit cards, and there are no fees for deposits, which is a huge plus. Withdrawing money is simple as well, and it usually takes 1 to 2 business days to process. Just be mindful of any withdrawal limits depending on your payment method. They offer a wide range of investments, including stocks, ETFs, and more. The options here are pretty flexible, so you can build a diverse portfolio really easily. Now, one of the big ones is fees. One of the best things about Trading 212 is that there's no fees on stocks or ETF trades, which is amazing for anyone trying to save on costs. Let's now look at how the Trading 212 app looks and feels. Okay, as promised, let's do a really quick 2-minute review of each of my top 3 ISAs. So first of all, we're onto the Trading 212 app here. As you can see, really nice app. It first of all lets you see whether you're in the stocks and shares ISA or a general investment account, a CFD, or a cash ISA. On the home screen, you've got lots of different tabs, so you can look at the news, you can look at your watch list, which lets you see all the different shares that you're currently interested in. Also looks at top winners, top losers, and lots of other great information on there. For instance, on your watch list, if you're looking to invest, you can simply click on the share and it lets you see a graph of the performance, how many shares you own, and then an option to buy or sell. Really quick to sort of buy and sell shares. All you have to do is sort of move this and then click review order. So easy, so user friendly. Then if you move on to the pie chart piece, it allows you to see your full portfolio value. So at the moment you can see last week I'm up around £600. You can also see sort of how your performance has been for the last 3 months and a maximum amount of time as well. Really useful, easy to understand and user-friendly platform here. If you click on the plus button, you can actually deposit funds. Really straightforward. You can deposit straight from your bank or from your card or Apple Pay. Then you can scroll down, it shows you how much of your ISA allowance you've used on the platform, how much you've got in cash, and also where all of your investments lie as well. You can then select any of your investments to see how it's performing in there. If you want to search for a specific type of stock, you can simply click on the search bar at the bottom and type in the stock you're looking for, and then all you have to do is click in there. It shows you how it's performing and allows you to buy and sell the shares. Really great function there. We're almost coming to the end of the review, and if you click on the social piece on the bottom right, you can see lots of different information. One of them is the news feed. It shows you sort of different topics and interests that a lot of people that are investing are talking about. You then have some communities, so dividend communities, communities of different stocks and shares, And then there's also a pies function, which is almost like an ETF. It's a group of shares that you can invest in one time. Really good feature of the app here. So just going down to the final piece of the app, you can go onto the top, the bottom three lines on the bottom of the screen. You can see how much interest you've earned in your cash. There's also an easy way to withdraw your funds. So all you do is click on manage funds and withdraw. There's videos on how to learn. There's an economic calendar. There's price alerts for any of your shares. You can also find out the history on any of your shares, whatever you purchased or whatever you've sold. And there's lots of other options for you in there. As I said, a really, really good app, really easy to use. It's definitely one of the best stock ISAs on the market. So that's trading 212. Pretty solid for anyone looking to get started with no hidden fees. Next up, we have Freetrade. Okay, so now we've got Freetrade. Now, its interface is also clean and intuitive with easy to understand visuals for your portfolio. You don't need to be a finance expert to figure it all out, which is why I love it. Now, depositing on there, they make depositing money super easy. You can add funds quickly via bank transfer or card. There's also no fee to deposit, so it's pretty straightforward. Now, when we're talking about investments on the platform, Freetrade offers access to UK and US stocks, plus ETFs, which gives you a lot of variety. One thing I really like is that they don't charge a commission on trades, just a small monthly fee if you're on the premium plan. Now, when it comes to withdrawing funds, it's very simple as well. It just is as simple as tapping a button, and it usually takes a couple of days for the money to hit your account, which is great. Now, going back onto fees, which is one of the most important things, the basic plan is free, but you'll have to upgrade to their premium plan if you want access to some more advanced features like additional stocks and some international investments. But the fees here are pretty minimal overall. Let's now look at how the Freetrade app looks and feels. Okay, now on to a review of Freetrade, another really good app, really easy to use, really easy to understand. So we'll talk about the portfolio feature first of all. Essentially, it's as you can see the value of your portfolio over a period of time. So you can look at how it's been performing over the last day, the last month, the last year, and so on. Really nice feature. As soon as you log on, this is what you would see. Now you can scroll down and you can actually see the different shares that you're investing in as well and how they're performing. And all you have to do is then click into those and it actually shows you how they've been performing recently. Nice user-friendly graph and also an easy way to buy and sell the shares there. So if you click on buy, you can see the easy feature here. So you can type in the value in pounds or the value in shares. And it's exactly the same with sell. You can essentially type in the value of shares that you would like to sell and then click review order. It's as simple as that. If you move on to the insights piece, this is a great feature where it actually shows you sort of the breakdown of your total portfolio so you can see how much you're investing in your stocks, REITs, bonds, cash, and commodities. You can also see it by sector and position as well. If you click on the Discover tab, this will let you actually type in any sort of stock and share that's available on the platform and lets you invest in it. So let's just type in Apple to see how quickly that pops up. Look how easy and that was to do. You can then go into Apple, you can see how that stock has been performing, and again, you can have an option to buy or sell. You then can see how your current investments are in that stock, if you have investments in there, any dividends you've earned, and then there's stats on each and every stock there as well. So it shows you the dividend yield, the market cap, and lots of different ratios and lots of different information in there. If you then click onto activity, it actually shows you what your recent activity has been, what your purchases have been, what shares have been selling, and also any dividends that you've received. It's a great feature where it just lets you see sort of any updates to your portfolio in the recent months or the recent year. The last tab that you have is actually onto your account. So all that is it shows any money that you have in your account currently available, and it shows your linked bank account. It also gives you an option to create a direct debit. This is also where you would withdraw money and also top up. So again, really easy to use and understand platform. Freetrade is definitely a winner. Okay, brilliant. So free trade is a great option for those who want a simple platform with a lot of features. And finally, let's talk about Nutmeg. So Nutmeg is a robo advisor platform, which means they do most of the work for you. You just tell them your risk tolerance and goals, and they handle the rest. It's great if you don't have the time or experience to manage your investments actively. Now, when it comes to deposits, adding money to Nutmeg, again, very easy. You can make regular monthly contributions or lump sum deposits via direct debit or bank transfer. So Nutmeg offers a range of portfolios based on different risk levels. They focus more on ETFs and index funds, which are a great way to diversify your portfolio with less risk. When it comes to withdrawals, withdrawing money is straightforward, but it can take a few days to process since they have to sell some of your investments to release the cash. And when it comes to fees, Nutmeg charges a management fee, but it's based on how much you invest, and the fees are really competitive compared to other robo advisors. Let's now look at how the Nutmeg app looks and feels. Okay, now we're on to our final review, which is Nutmeg. Now, this is a little bit different to the other platforms. It doesn't necessarily let you invest as you would in the other platforms with individual stocks and shares, but it is a great platform and really, really easy to use, really easy to understand. So once you log into Nutmeg, this is what you would see. You would see your portfolio on screen, and it's as simple as that. You can see my portfolio on screen and how it's performed since I've had it invested. Now, to see that in a little bit more detail, all you do is click on My Nutmeg Pot, and it gives you a bit more detail about how your pot is performing. So you can see on screen mine has improved by £146 since I've invested. You can then see over the last year, the last 6 months, and the last 3 months how that has actually performed. You can also activate a direct debit there, which is a really easy way to put money onto the platform. And then a nice little feature here, it shows you where your investments are actually allocated by assets, and by countries, by companies, and so on. So a nice little feature there. It then has a projection about where it sees your investment going, depending on how much you're putting in and how long you're going to be actually invested in the ISA. So, for instance, mine is projected to go up to £5,000 by April 2028. So, it's nice to see sort of that future projection, especially as we're on this financial journey together. There is also a social responsibility score, and then it shows you sort of how your funds are actually distributed and fees at the bottom. As you can see at the bottom, at the moment, the annual Nutmeg fee is 0.45% up to 100k. But if you do click on my link in the description, you actually get no fees applied for 6 months. So a great little boost for you there if you decide to invest in Nutmeg. If you come out of that, you then can click on the ISA platform. It essentially shows you how much you have remaining in your ISA allowance on Nutmeg and also the value of your ISA at the moment. If you click into the feature of Pay In, which is in the bottom middle, you can pay in now through bank transfer, Apple Pay. If you actually have the Chase app, you can pay in directly from Chase, which is a really useful feature as well. Again, you can pay in monthly and you can transfer in from a different ISA. So lots of different features on how to invest in your pot there. The next tab is Discover. This is very similar to the other apps where it has news, it has lots of different guidelines in ways to invest. It has trading updates, it had podcasts as well. So lots of different useful information and things to read through if you're interested in that. And then the final tab is simply just help. All that is if you've got a question, you can go in, you can ask the question. There's lots of frequently asked questions about your account. You can also write a review, send them an email, and there's a 24-hour support helpline there, which is really, really useful. Again, if you go into the profile, so this is the last feature about this, it is very simple. You have your profile information at the top. You then have Nutmail, where they sometimes send you emails about updates of the app. You can check your risk profile of your contributions. There's also transaction history, investment history, and general settings as well. So again, such an easy platform, so easy to understand. It's actually more simple than almost all of them. And as I said, it's a robo advising platform where all you have to do is put your money and they'll invest for you. So another really, really good app. So those are my top three platforms: Trading 212, Freetrade, and Nutmeg. Each of them has their strengths, so it depends on what kind of investor you are. Now let's talk about how I'm planning to invest. So one of the most important decisions when it comes to investing is how often you contribute to your portfolio. I'm going to be investing on a regular schedule, either weekly or monthly, and I'm doing this to take advantage of something called dollar cost averaging. This means I'm investing a fixed amount at regular intervals, regardless of what the market is doing. This helps me avoid trying to time the market, which can be stressful and risky, especially with what's going on with Trump. Plus, it keeps me consistent. And if I'm consistent, I'm hoping that results will pay off. So here's the plan. I'm aiming to invest about £200 each month, but feel free to start with whatever you feel like. And I'm going to start investing with low cost ETFs. I'll also be diversifying over time, adding stocks and bonds to my portfolio as I learn about what works. Now, before we wrap up, I want to know, are you going to join me on this journey? If you're ready to start investing, comment below, let me know what platforms you're planning to use, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along as we build our financial future together. But before I forget, there is something important to keep in mind about ISAs. While you can open multiple ISAs in a tax year, there is a £20,000 limit on the total amount you can contribute across all of them. Now, that might be a big figure for the majority of those that are watching this, but it's just something to be mindful of. So, before I go, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing with you is based on my personal experience and journey. Please do your own research or consult with a professional before making any financial decisions. And just one last thing. If you're thinking about signing up to any of the platforms I mentioned today, make sure to use the links below in the description. When you sign up using these links, we both get a little something extra, a free incentive for just getting started. It's a great way to support the channel and kickstart your investing journey. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm super excited about this journey and I can't wait to share more as we go along. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Let's make 2025 the year we take control of our finances and work towards that financial freedom. See you next time.